On the first evening of the conference on social solidarity, we are gathered here tonight in commemoration of Krzysztof Michalski. Now, considering the two sides of Krzysztof Michalski's life and personality from this rough outline I gave here, you might come to think that there was a split, a rift between them, that there were two diverging parts that could not have fitted together well. But no, this is not the case. There were no zwei Seelen, ach, in meiner Brust. No conflict of two souls within his chest. Both identities, that of the doer as well as that of the thinker, followed from two capacities Krzysztof Michalski was endowed with to an extraordinary extent. That is, the power of vision and the gift for narration. We will use the force of vision and the power of narration that we had the chance to learn from Krzysztof Michalski to convince as many people and institutions as possible to join us in the effort to give IWM a future. Now let me turn to a distinguished friend who, besides the president and the boards of IWM, is among the first and foremost to help us in this endeavor, Michael Sandel.
The reason, it seems to me, that solidarity is in retreat in the world, the reason that welfare states, the moral legitimacy of the sharing that defines welfare states is in question, goes to the prominence in the moral and civic culture of our time of the voluntarist picture. Now, I suggested at the start that trying to identify the source, the moral source of the suspicion of solidarity would not only enable us to make sense of why solidarity now is in retreat, is on the defensive, as a moral ideal, but also in the world, but that it might also provide a clue to why solidarity and not democracy or justice or freedom was, in a way, the constitutive question for the figures, for Krzysztof Michalski, and also for the figures in the 1980s. I think what drew them, and this is just a hunch, what drew them to solidarity as an organizing principle and ideal for moral and civic life was precisely what makes many of us today suspicious about that ideal. That solidarity, an ethic of solidarity, insists on the possibility that not everything that matters in moral and civic life can be traced to an act of will. That, I think, is why solidarity had a kind of spiritual resonance for these figures.